Today we're doing a different kind of video. I know we always kind of do like fun and, I don't know, interesting, weird things that we think are funny, but I guess today we thought that we would do more of a serious topic in a sense.
Serious topic.
And I guess it has a lot to do with me because I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit right now. We're gonna, I guess, maybe try new segments like this where we're kind of just sitting and, I guess, being real people and talking about real problems we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if it helps people, if people can relate to them, that's awesome. But I don't want to sound selfish, but I am. In a sense, we both are, like, doing this for ourselves. But basically, what I wanted to talk about today is school, in a sense, and the push for people at a very young age to try to figure out what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Which, I mean, it's kind of crazy if you think about that. I mean, going to school, I mean, I was 17 graduating high school because I'm a bit on the younger end. So figure once you graduate high school, or even before that, you have to have somewhat of a sense of what you kind of want to do for the rest of your life. What you know, you think you might want to do for a living to make either a career out of or to start working full time or anything. You know, you have to do something to contribute to society or to, you know, just be a part of the world. And it's a lot for someone who's not even a full-fledged adult yet, legally, by age, to have to go and just start figuring out what they want to do.
So the rest of their lives.
Just speaking me personally, out of high school, I went to a community college and I got a degree in liberal arts for my associates. But I had known for a very long time, ever since I was in elementary school, that I wanted to go to school for education, and that as I got older and into high school, I had a passion also for English. So of course, I went and got my liberal arts and went on to a university in the hopes of getting a bachelor in education and English. Well, it is the fall semester of my senior year at college, heading towards my bachelorette, so I'm kind of getting towards the end, and of course things are getting harder as expected, and a lot more is expected of me to do, and I am immensely feeling the stress. And it's not fun. And it's not as much fun as I guess I thought it would be. I mean, I know
it's not supposed to be fun, but obviously
but you know what I mean,
you
but
don't have the drive to even become a teacher anymore.
But that's the thing, it's just like, when you know you want to do this and when you have so much passion and love for it, it doesn't matter all the hard stuff that's happening, you're willing to go through it in the end for what you want to do. But I've kind of hit a point where, I don't know, because I've been telling myself for so long that I've wanted to do this, that maybe I've, like, brainwashed myself or like forcing myself to believe that this is what I want, and I've kind of come to a point where it's almost like not fun anymore, and all the work that I have to do, I'm dreading more and more because I'm not happy anymore about what degree I'll have or what I'm going for. And you kind of like get to a point where you're sitting there and you're like, okay, well, I've wasted almost 4 years of my life, and now I have student loans that I have to pay back. And I've come to a point where I'm so far along in my education that I don't know if I want this anymore. And it's, like, scary because, like, for me, I've known for so long that this is what I wanted to do, and now I don't. And it's kind of like, well, where do I go now? Like, what do I do? How am I supposed to figure this out? Like, where do I even start? And, like, there are things that I like. Like, I'm really crafty. That's kind of, like, my hobby. I like to make things. Like, I don't know if you can see much behind me, but just some of the stuff I made in my room, like, I don't know, I've made my chalkboard. Or even, like, I don't know, I've made that up there. Like, I enjoy being crafty. It's kind of like a hobby of mine. So then I was kind of thinking, well, okay, maybe this is something I could do in a sense. Maybe I could open up a little shop and sell some of the work that I've done. Like, so many people have an Etsy shop. That would be perfect. Maybe I could start there and it could turn into a business. But the problem I'm running into is because more is being demanded of me for school and I need more time to sit down and do homework and to study and to prepare and all this stuff. I don't know when I would have the time to do that. Or the funds, because I can't work as much as I would like to with having to go to class and do homework. And then I was thinking, okay, well, I enjoy writing. I really do. That's actually one of my ways to cope. I guess it's the only way I get it out, because I don't really talk to people as much as I do. I mean, like, I've gotten better, like, I started talking to you more, but even still, I guess
just a little bit.
I guess it's not enough.
I get a peep and I squeak that about it.
No, it's more like I don't say things for a while, and then, lo and behold, I come over, and you're like, what's wrong? And then I just start crying, because I don't know how to deal with it. It gets to the point where I can't hold it in anymore. I figured, okay, well, I have no choice but to talk. Even if nobody listens, at least I'm getting it out. So then I'm thinking, well, I write a lot, and we've made a video or two about some of the writing I've done. Or maybe it was only the one.
It was one, yeah.
I wrote something about, you know, our relationship. And I have multiple writings. Like, I've written all kind of, in a sense, throughout my life as I've become a teenager until now. And I continue to write as things come to me, as I'm happy or as I'm sad or as I'm excited. Like, whatever I think of, I just sit down and write it. And it's something that's personal to me, but also something I'd like to share, because even though I might be coming out of my mind in a certain way about something, like, it's just like poetry. Like, yeah, sure, it has its own meaning in a sense, and I know this is the English major in me coming out, but when people read it, or at least when I do, everyone kind of has their own interpretation, and even me talking here, it's, in a sense, poetry, or whatever, if you want to take it metaphorically like that, where it's like, I may be talking about my issues in my own way, but it still applies to everyone differently. And I'm sorry if my voice is really shaky. I can't really help that right now. I'm just really stressed. I'm not gonna cry.
Okay.
It's just hard to try to have to figure out what you want at a young age. I mean, yeah, like, by now, I'm 21 now, and even still, like I said, I knew for so long, and now, since I've reached this point in my life, it's hard to be so close and to have my life on track, to turn around and be like, I don't know if I want that anymore.
I feel like this happens to everybody, no matter who you are. Whether you're afraid to show it or you're willing to show it, is what happens.
And I think, too, it also has a lot to what you're exposed to.
Yes.
Like, being exposed to this and to your love for filming and all that stuff, it's opened up to me. It's opened up, like, a new world to me, in a sense, like, of expression. And I really enjoy speaking to people. And even, this might not necessarily be people, because obviously I'm talking to a camera right now. Like, I really enjoy, like...
Well, we know people out there. We know there's someone at least watching. Whether it's a family or us. The few views that we have on here, or it doesn't matter what view count you get, we know we're really speaking to something eventually along down the road that someone will see and fully watch. Whether they watch it for 2 seconds or the whole segment, we all appreciate it. And hope that you guys can talk and we can all talk together as a community.
Because it's hard, even as a person, to, like, admit things. For instance, like, it's hard for me to admit that I'm really unhappy with my life right now. It's really hard for me to admit that I don't have as good at communication as I thought I did. It's really hard for me to admit that I'm having a hard time being happy right now. And it's hard
coming from the most happiest person in the world.
It's hard for me to admit that what I thought I really loved, I might not love it anymore. That's hard.
And we'll have a journey to find out what it is.
It's actually really hard, because...
I think I know what it is. It's definitely the arts and crafts and writing. It's just the fact that how we... not want to say money is a thing, but it does come to a factor of living. Obviously, we won't live with a parent the rest of our lives, but obviously we'll make it work. And eventually it'll happen, and you know what you love, and eventually we'll work it out. Maybe we'll collaborate. Maybe I'll...
I don't know. But the thing is, too, is you always come to me because, obviously, like, this isn't the first time I struggle with this. It's just...
First time we're doing this.
It's just the first time that I guess it's really gotten worse. And you always tell me, oh, you'll figure it out. You always do. It'll work out. some way or another, but it's just like, how? Like, what do I do to even start that? Like, I don't even know. I don't know what to do. It's like almost one of the first times where like my life depends, like my career, me moving on, me wanting all the things that I want out of life. In order for that to start, I have to figure this out right now. And it's hard. I mean, I would consider, I guess, us still pretty young. I mean, of course our parents would. But it's still on us. I mean, they can't do anything for us. No one, even right now, can tell me or what to do in order to figure out, you know, this block in my life, or whatever you want to call it. It's hard.
Obstacle.
Yeah. But I know, like I said before, I mean, I've sat and I've figured out things. Like, art is definitely a thing I like. I love writing. I like speaking to people. I loved my public speaking class so much, so that I'm wondering, well, do I drop education because I really love being with children, but maybe teaching them and everything that's required of it isn't something I want anymore? Do I go into public speaking and maybe
influence people?
Yeah.
In a different way, rather than the curriculums and all that stuff where you can freely speak what you want, so you don't have some kind of ban holding you back for what you really want to do. Some kind of
filter.
Yes, filter is a better word.
So, I don't know. Personally, this might just apply to me, but I guess this is a way of me talking through my problems. But some of the steps that I guess I could take, of course, is speaking to my advisors. I have one for each of my majors, so I could sit and talk with them. I also have a mentor because I'm a part of a club at my university. I could talk to them as well and see what they have as far as guidance for me and what to do and how to figure this out. There's that stuff. Or, I don't know, if there's the option of me stopping school, but then like I said, there's like a whole train of stuff that comes with that. If I stop, then it's trying to pay for my student loans. It's
whether or not money is not an issue-ish. Even if you're dirt poor or you're filthy rich, it's gonna make its way off the grid. You know what I mean? Like, happiness will take over. And if you're happy where you're happy and money's gonna come through, unfortunately, that's what would have to happen. If that made any sense at all, it would come through and it would help you.
Well, what you mean is, like, first, it's like almost like you do whatever makes you happy, and if you really find a passion for it, money will find its way to you.
Yes. People have done it, and people will keep doing it. That's what we'll do.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that the best thing to do is be real to people, I guess.
Be honest to yourself, and be honest to others. And you'll find who you are. Sometime or another.
Yeah. And I guess maybe it's a good thing that our channel takes this way. I mean, not that we're looking for a whole group or following, whatever. I just
want to help at least a few people.
Yeah, so maybe this is a way to reach out for them. Like, of course, we have our funny stuff. We like to reach out to people that way because the best way, you know, to reach out to someone is to make them laugh, make them smile. Even if they look at us and think that we're weird, it doesn't really matter.
Next, click!
But then, of course, everyone has their own problems, so it's good to, I guess, sit down and speak of our own. Because then it shows we're not just these fake people behind camera doing all this fun stuff all the time. We have our issues, too.
Yeah.
Even me, according to him, I'm like one of the happiest people in the world, and look at me right now, I'm like a mess.
Yeah.
It's just talking feels good. You know, you kind of let things out, and I used writing for that. And it'd be cool to mesh them together into this and maybe make something of it. And our channel could be, I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this really helped anybody. I don't know if it made any sense, because it was a lot of rambling and random stuff and probably a lot of repetition. But this is just something we had to do for ourselves. Well, probably mostly me. He's just here to sit next to me for moral support.
They look pretty. I want to do something like, because dedicating yourself. Like some people like Casey Neistat, and some people like Philip DeFranco, Jacksepticeye, there's PewDiePie, Markiplier. There's a video game channel that do it every day. But like people like they do real stuff. People that did like Shay Carl, who posted every single day. Charles Trippy. I remember watching that guy before he even when he first started doing the blog. I didn't watch him anymore. I used to post every day when I was in like 6th grade, when I was like 12 years old, and I just lost it. And now we're going back and we're going to start from square one again. And we're just going to post it no matter what you do. No matter if you like the video, subscribe, comment, do anything you want. Obviously, we're going to interact if you do, but whatever you guys want to do.
I don't know, I guess we'll end it here, and whatever video ends up coming next, happy, silly, whatever it is, random.
Blackness, just a black screen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's what you'll
comment,
get
like
next.
it, subscribe, whatever you want to do, like I said. See you another day.